seen this place, kept passing by, and never came in until today.
Josey Records is the largest independent record store in Texas and one of the largest record stores in the United States.
My father-in-law, so his father passed away and left him his record collection. I was like, hey, can I check out some of your albums? And yeah, he has a huge library of albums at home, and I've always wanted to come to this store. And coming here today, I was like, man, let's see what I could find.
Josey Records is a music mecca. We carry the largest selection of vinyl. We have posters from yesteryear to current artists. We have cassette tapes and 8-tracks, CDs, DVDs, books on music, memorabilia, anything music related, we got it.
It was huge. It was huge. I love the way it smelled. I'm just like, man, this is a place, if I'm a music person, this is where I want to be.
It was huge. Every record store I've been in, like there's one row of used records and there's 15 here. So just going to flip through all of them was wild.
Young people come to our store and they're buying new records. They're buying old records too, but all the new artists are still putting in liner notes, artwork, and sort of add-ons to their product. And so when you open it up, there's tons to digest.
I feel like the newer-ish vinyls are all different colors and they're kind of funky looking, and so I have a couple.
You have Led Zeppelin one that you can change the picture on the cover.
It has like on the side you can kind of spin it and then it moves pictures around through the front of it, so it's just kind of cool to see different ones, how they look.
You see it, you can read about it, you can see there's just so much information that I'm holding in my hand versus me scrolling through Google trying to, it's can't beat this.
There's a whole new generation of record buyers that didn't grow up with vinyl, and so they grew up with download or streaming, and so now they're becoming aware of vinyl.
And it's something that you can take, you can hold into your hand, you can look at the cover art, you can read the liner notes. You can't do that with just a digital download.
When you pay your $20 or $30 for a vinyl record, you're buying the experience. It's something to collect, it's something to interact with, it's something you can hold on to, something you can play for friends. There's just an interactive value to it that you cannot get with streaming or downloading.
It's kind of fun to, get to ask around the room and people go pick out a random artist and you just lay it down and listen to, an hour of new music. It's pretty cool.
For producers, you go into a record store and you just kind of randomly sift through things, and I told myself I'm going to pick 3. So the first one I came up on was Nat King Cole, Welcome to the Club. I like the artwork. I'm excited about that. I don't know who this is, but I loved the cover.
Because we've had customers come in looking for albums that they said, oh, I just want something to decorate my wall. And I'm like, well, the very first place you want to take a look at would be in our $1, $2 section. That way you're not wanting to wind up shelling out a whole lot of cash for something that's all you're going to use for is just for wall art.
If you're listening to a record, it means you've taken the time to kind of decompress and step away from things. Because yeah, you can have your device right nearby and playing music, but it's something about you got to get up, you got to go pull what you're looking for. You have to flip on the other side to see if there's a song that you're wanting to play, and there's a process with it. And I don't know, I think people, when they start to understand that when you consume your music, if you do it in that way, it's just a more fulfilling way. It's like the swipe 7 seconds or less. If it doesn't, no, you actually have to go through and lift that needle. If you don't like that song, you physically have to keep going to the different grooves in order to see what it is. And by the time you're done with that whole experience, you'll know for sure if you like that whole album from side to side.
We've been a lover of vinyl since our teens, and so when the opportunity came, or the idea came about between our co-founders, we thought, well, let's do it, the time is right. And so we quit our corporate jobs, and we were initially going to open up a small boutique record store, but then after sitting down and talking a little bit, we just decided, well, if we're going to do it, we might as well do it big. And luckily it's been very successful for us, that business model. We actually own 5 total record stores.
Our customers, you know, they come from all walks of life, and there's not any specific age range or category. You could tell who was the first-time shopper. And first of all, their initial reaction would be like the shock and awe of the place. And the second common thing they would say is that they would start reminiscing about the record shops of the past.
My partner and I both worked for Bill's Records in the late 80s, early 90s. And Bill, during his heyday in the 80s and all the way up to the mid-90s, was the premier record store in Dallas to go to. I think he was also the largest record store in Dallas at the time, and he just carried everything that you couldn't get at other chains in the mall and whatnot. We cut our teeth in the record business with Bill and learned a lot from him on what to do and what not to do. And we remained friends with him till he passed a couple of years ago, and we were able to reach out to his family and let them know our history with Bill, and worked out a deal to where we got his estate inventory, and it's well over 1 million records and a couple 100,000 posters. We have made a small shrine to Bill in our store. We hung up his old Bill sign inside of our store, and we've put some personal artifacts up and pictures of him. We've carved out a section of records that are specifically from his store, and people are really gravitating to that, and really appreciate it. One of the things I love most about operating and running the record store is just the never-ending music that I get to come across and listen to, and get to share with our customers and help them sort of discover bands and music that they're looking for or maybe have not been aware of, and really just kind of giving our customers the best experience at Josey.